Good evening, everybody. Still check, but we are live. Making sure this works. I haven't done this live stream in quite a while. Let's double check here. Bear with me. We're just getting some last minute streaming systems up and going here, and that will be ready to begin. So everybody, please bear with us. Bear with us. We are getting certain things ready. Something is not working with the airline's smart cards. The A-card system isn't functioning, so they're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. If something does go wrong, and it just continues to go wrong, what we're going to do is we are going to simply go ahead with the flight and they'll end up accepting the pi route manually, and if they want. So I'm a senior captain at the virtual airline, so that's doing it live streaming just happens to be the perfect proof that you actually did the flight. bear with us for just a moment. Alright, as we're waiting here, somebody posted a question, what maximum thrust per engine? That's a very good question on the 777 freighter here. And it's just over 110,000 pounds of thrust per engine. And if you want to know the type of engine specifically that we have, there's these engines are the GE Mini General Electric 90-110B1. And another piece of info that you might be interested in is what is the maximum range, and the best way to answer that is if we are maxed out, we can carry 227,000 pounds of cargo. For those of you on the metric system, that is 103 metric tons. And that gives us a duration of about 10 to 10 and a half hours, depending on whether, if you want an example of what kind of a route that is like Frankfurt to Hong Kong or London to Los Angeles without stopping. So think of that, 227,000 pounds of cargo, London to LAX. That's pretty substantial. But anyway, this is a short flight. We're just heading down here from Cincinnati, is where we are right now, and we're flying down to Atlanta. So we just finished up the paperwork, and there's something a little wrong. They're not little, major. Something is wrong with the ACAR system. This virtual airline utilizes smart cars, and something is not working with syncing up the aircraft's location, but not a problem whatsoever. We I've been with the airline long enough. Just send this in at the end of the flight, and it'll be accepted. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. Let's see, there's one more thing that they want to try out on fixing the ACARs here, and then we'll be underway. We will be on our way. Sincere, very sincere apologies here. Just adding a minor technical glitch again there. ACARS is saying, oh, we got it taken care of, and ACARS doesn't have it taken care of. Just bear with us for a minute. And we'll be good to go. Alright. Alright, everybody. Yeah, I think this is as good as it's going to get. We'll just do a manual filing after we land in Atlanta. So we already typed out the aircraft. Pre-flight, everything is done. Let's go on board. Alright. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and get in the flight deck. Probably gonna want to be a little bit warmer back here, but I'll let these guys that are sitting back here deal with the temperature. A little nippy this evening in Atlanta. It's, I'm sorry, Cincinnati. It is a nippy 2 below 0 Celsius. Little, a little on the cool side. So we'll get rid of the air stairs. So then they can close the door back there. We verify the door by going to the doors page on the MFD. Are they going to close all the doors? That is the question. It's like the air stairs are stuck. Let's see here. Give us just a second here. And we'll be good. It's just getting rid of those stairs. Let's see what we can do on the EFB. Getting those stairs to go away. One more little piece of information here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, alright. It's not a jetway, it's a stairs. Okay, everybody should be closed. Well, for some reason, it does not want to close. A little bit of an issue on our live stream. We're having technical difficulties with the aircraft itself. Not our night, is it? Ground connection. Yeah, we want Let's see what happens if we get rid of the jocks, if that gets rid of everybody. Thankfully that is what did it. And now we need to arm all the doors. Okay. Alright. Finally. Good grief. Took so long just to get to this point. Apologies, but this was not pilot error. Alright. It's looking like everybody's gonna cooperate. Alright. Luckily and thankfully for you, I've got all the we've done all the pre-flight stuff that we have to. And let's run through the fire test just one more time. Could be good. Just double checking that. And then we'll hop on VATSIM and see what's going on there. Sound good? Good, glad to hear it. Alright. And they want us to be squawking, since there's nobody here, here in Cincinnati, which is a little shocking, given it's Friday night. Yada yada. Alright, squawk 7375. We will do that. 7. 7-3. 7. 7-5. We'll make sure that the transponder is all the way in TARA. Just making sure that's in the box. All right. And we should be good to go. Beacon light. I believe the well, what I do is as soon as we get rolling, then I'll disengage the dome lighting before it's actually alright. So we're good to go. The tug does not need to be there at all. Double check the ground operations. Let's see, push if we can. We don't need to. I just wanted to make sure something was clear. That is our route. Altimeter is still 2991. Very good. Alright, before we let's go ahead and get everything up and running with regard to the engines. We're going to get rid of the checklist on the MFD. We're going to bring up the engine synopsis page for engine start. And do remember, you can, even when running off the APU alone, you do have the ability of starting both engines simultaneously. So we're going to turn on the fuel pumps from both wings, and we only have 40,000 pounds of gas because, again, Cincinnati, Atlanta, very short flight. 1 hour, 1 hour and 5 minutes is our block time. As we say here in the U.S. And everybody outside, clear the aircraft, clear the engines and aircraft, both to start, and it has an auto start feature, and we are going to go ahead and utilize that feature. But we're obviously going to monitor start. Get into rotation. Here comes the light off, aka fuel. The introduction of fuel, right there. There's the light off. You can see that on the EGT, on the IKS. Looking good. Always remember, just a side note to everybody out there, if you're in an airport where it's windy, really windy, you always want to make sure that they push the nose of the aircraft so that the nose is facing into the wind, so that the heat of the engines doesn't get sucked back into the front of the engine. Then you have a hot start, and that's not good. Alright, hydraulics, everybody there is good. The packs are off temporarily, but since the packs are automated, there we go, I got it out of my mouth. Packs are automated, they'll eventually turn on. The reason they're off is because we just did an engine start. Okay, select flaps 15. We should launch off of this runway like a glider with a jet engine because we are very, very light. Again, 451,000 pounds is nothing for this aircraft, so that's why, given the temperature outside, length of runway, mass, our current gross weight, that's why we were able to derate our takeoff. As you can see there, we can derate it to 86.9%, which is what we've done. Alright, let's brief up the departure. The V1 is 136, rotate at 137, and the V2 is 146, our safety speed. That is plugged into our MSFS, aka autopilot panel. So that's our minimum safety speed, aka minimum maneuvering speed, and we'll be good there. If something happens on the runway prior to V1, we will reject takeoff and come to a stop on the runway, assess the situation, mitigate, and troubleshoot. And if you're my FO, you're going to be talking to the tower, telling them what we need, what we don't need, and what our decision is with regard to taxi. Anything that happens to the aircraft at V1 or after V1, we'll take that problem with us into the air. ATC will be notified, and we'll mitigate, troubleshoot the problem in the air, and then make arrangements with ATC to return to here in Cincinnati, as we are above maximum gross landing weight. So that's not going to be an issue. Let's look at the departure. Right here. If you can see it, that would be wonderful. I'm just waiting to see if on the live stream that you can see it or not. No, you can only see part of it. Let's see if I can maneuver it around. Can you see it now? I undocked it. Just waiting for the live stream to catch up. Alright. We're going to be taking off out of 36 right, Zoom in for you just a little bit. So 36 right, we're going to go to HAGS as our first fix. Right on heading is 094. Comics, flip pause, heading, and then we're going to come all the way down to the KTRYN transition, aka our exit point. And as you can see here, for a jet aircraft, our initial altitude on the departure is going to be 6,000 feet. All right. And then after that, it'll be we'll go up to from 6,000, then we'll step it up. And that is properly programmed into the flight computer. There was an update on the winds, so we're going to do that very quickly. As you can see, it's a 4,000 initial and then climbing after that. We're going to be using our flight level change mode once we get up and get the autopilot turned on, which will be at 400 feet AGL. You can get it above that, and so what I usually do is I wait until 500 feet. And if things are a little bit busy, I activate flight level change mode. That way I don't have to think about having a overspeed of 250 under 10,000. And with this aircraft this evening, it's so light that would be a very, very easy thing to do. All right, let's bring up our flight controls, and let's check them out. And then we'll go in and update the winds in the FMC. Okay, all the way left, good. All the way to the right, good. Elevators, all the way up, good. And all the way down to neutral, good. Rudder, all the way left, good. All the way to the right, good. And neutral. All right, we are good to go with the flight controls. Into ice recall. Can't imagine there being anything there. Nope. We're also going to turn off the APU at this time. Recalls, good. Auto brakes are ready set for to take off. Flight controls, we just checked them out and they are good. Ground equipment is clear. Normal. Plan 15, so before takeoff we were all the way up to after takeoff checklist. We were there. Alright, let's get those wind data, get that up and ready. Execute that. And our descent wind should be up and available as well. We're going to load those as well. There we go. Top of the flight will be, I should say we're going to be cruising at flight level 390. And again, we're so light. Should get up there pretty quickly. Turn off those dome lights. Sorry, storm lights. Turn those off. And we are good to go. Everybody is set. And even though there isn't any radar, always remember the pilot flying. Weather radar goes on their nav display. Pilot not flying and our PM pilot. The pilot monitoring. They have the terrain on their ND navigation display. Alright. Here we go. We are on switch over to unit ground frequency 122.8. Oops, there we go. I don't think anybody is online Let's do a quick check of the radar here. We are the only ones here. Nobody else is here. Kind of bizarre. That aircraft shouldn't be there. We're in the southeast cargo ramp. That is a passenger aircraft, so same thing goes for that MD-80 over there. Don't know what they're doing here, but anyway. Yeah, very surprising that nobody's here. Friday after New Year's. We do hope everybody had a good New Year's Day yesterday. We did a very beautiful video up in Alaska. New Year's Eve, so if you want to get something that get a flight that is really unique and is not just the basic airliner video, then we have a video content up there just for you. Very easy to find on the channel. It's the one that we posted just a couple nights ago. Alright, here we are. 36 right. Okay. Yeah, it's so light, it's wanting to taxi with the engines at idle. Alright. Lane lights. Landing lights are all on. Strobe lights are on. Runway turn off lights. Nope, don't need them. Although, you know what, they are nice to have. Especially for our 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock positions. They're very, very nice to have. Alright. Let's roll. It's a little bit, tiny bits of wind. When the windsock is moving, just a wee bit. All right, here we are. This is a 10,000-foot strip, so more than enough runway to do this takeoff roll. Let's get those engines stabilized, and then we'll set takeoff thrust. Okay, 2 good motors. Let's roll.
Airspeed's alive. knots. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Fly by. And just a little bit with the off, I have all the fun, right? It is fun to fly. It's a fairly easy aircraft to fly, in my opinion. But, alright. Yeah, that wind is persistent, let's just put it that way. Hey, on. Flight level change. We don't want to go any faster than 240 on this departure, so we're gonna set it initially at 210. Flaps 5, please. The climb thrust should have been reduced a bit as well, but that's alright. Flaps 1. And 240. As soon as we begin to climb to flight level 390, then we'll activate flight level change. Flaps up. It would be really nice if there was a really good AI bot that could sit in the right seat and you could really utilize it. With regard to the AI bot understanding not just a specific set of commands, but understanding you in general. Look at that view. Let's take a look outside, see what we're missing. Cincinnati Airport in the distance back there. There we go, Cincinnati on this side of the river. The Ohio River. There we go. Beautiful view. Beautiful view. Alright. It looks good from up here. Hopefully down there where you all are, it looks just as good. Alright. This aircraft wants to go, so let's allow it to do that. Here we go. 390 in the box. Flight level change. Now, the one thing I will tell you in this flight, if I don't end up talking to you, it'll be because ATC is a little bit too busy, and that'll be the reason behind that. I think I did one of these a while back, and one of my Patreon members messaged me via email, and they said, yeah, when there's that much going on, you don't need to explain what you're doing, so just a heads up as to that contingency. Not bad. 4,500, 4,800 feet per minute, 5,000 feet per minute. Not bad if you ask me. That's pretty awesome. Alright, 10,000 feet. You know what that means. Landing lights off. And runway turn-off lights off. Taxi lights off, even though they're off anyway. Strobes, leave those on. Beacon, leave that on. Nav, on. Logo, we can leave that on. Main lights, come on. Temperature, this is our after takeoff checklist. Complete. And we're all set up for the descent checklist, which is going to be coming quicker than you think. And looking good. Let's switch over to the weather on our EFB. Switching over to the arrival. Winds in Atlanta out of the out of us here to do 200 204 knots, 10 statute miles. Clouds scattered at 3,800, broken at 5,000. Totally overcast at 10,000. Temperature 13C, 2.6. Altimeter 29.87. So pretty much unremarkable. But let's hop into our flight computer and let's go ahead and allow it to take over on the VNAV here. The reason I do flight level change is because I do not like the thought of even becoming even close to doing a overspeed, because well, there goes your license right there. So that's just one way to do it. One reason to do it, I should say. Expand that out just a bit. Range here. We should be at 390 and about 7 minutes and make it 12. Alright, let's load the remainder of the flight. I do believe it's going to be the just looking at the on-ray 1 KTRYN transition. Now, more than likely, let me look at the map of Atlanta. With that kind of wind, 200, because this is slightly out of the west, they'll have west. That means they'll have more than likely they will have west ops. Oh, there's some rain going on down there, just to the west of the field. And in the real world, what direction are they doing things in? West ops, like I thought. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at FlightAware. Just making sure everything is going to be where we need to be. We're going to want to land on 26 right, because we're going to take to the North Cargo ramp, which makes perfect sense. That's what we want. 26 right. So let's look at and then I'll bring it up on the screen so you can look at it. ILS. Right. Category 1 and or category 2 for 26 right. Zero is going to be the transition coming in. Alright. ILS 26 right, and Zelo should be there. Bingo, bingo. And execute that. Switch over to standard on the altimeter. And we are climbing beautifully. There is a route discontinuity. Let's get rid of that right now. That simply links the two together. And that shows you literally, it literally shows you how short of life this really is. I mean, we're just now leaving the exit point from the SID coming out of Cincinnati, and the second fix out of Cincy is the entry point and or aka transition out of coming into Atlanta. 2,700 feet per minute. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Very, very smooth. Let's see. That's what I thought. We're getting a little bit of a tailwind. Let's look at the FO's FMC. I like to keep it there. Just for me, I got this term from a former SR-71 pilot. I like pilot page number 2 on Boeing aircraft because that is what I consider to be the measure of merit. Tailwind is 10 knots. The right end is affecting us. The total wind component is affecting the aircraft with a crosswind coming at the right side of the aircraft at 50 knots, 51 knots. As the total component is 281 at 53, 280 at 53. So we're getting just a tiny bit of help on that. When we make this next turn, the tailwind is going to go up. While we're at it, let's look at the arrival. Let's see, landing to the west. We got a hit Andre at 130, 250 on speed. There's the bump in the tailwind as I was saying what would happen. Sure enough, it is. "40 knots tailwind. Might top out of just a little over 50. Yes, or maybe, or right at 50. 49 knots. There we go, 50. 50 knots tailwind. So the climb is coming up very shortly. Let's make sure that the Andre, ON, Oscar November, Delta, Romeo Echo. .250 on speed, so I got that wrong just a little bit. We'll fix it real quick. Got 13,000, yeah. Okay, so the altitude is good. The speed is what needs to be amended, and we are doing that. Execute that, and we need to begin to descend. Check, yeah, I'm fully aware. The top of descent coming up in just what? Just very, very few. Engines are already coming back. Yeah, we were at cruise for a couple of minutes. If you're wondering why didn't he make an announcement before taking off out of Atlanta, I'm sorry, Cincinnati, because nobody was there. I usually do it, but when I look at the VATSIM map and I see no one's there, my mind simply says, okay, there's no need to make any kind of a declaration of what you're going to do on the Unicom frequency, because not only was nobody there at the Cincinnati airport, there wasn't anybody there within a 300-mile radius. I thought tonight would be really, really hopping on VATSIM, but it isn't, and that's all right. that is all right. Let's update the forecast here with regard to wind, because we did not have the star nor the arriving runway plugged in when we got the wind, the descent forecast. Now things will look a little different, or not much. You never know. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. Now there's somebody to our 9 o'clock. See if we can get a visual on them. That was a nice thing about Microsoft FSX. You could right click on traffic, and you could look at, you could zoom to any traffic you wanted. You could click on the traffic and it would take you to that particular aircraft. So the only way that I can tell you what that aircraft is, because it is kind of fun to know. Who is it on my TCAS? Let's look here. That is a Airbus A320 flying from Albany, New York into Nashville, Tennessee. Atlanta Center is up and running, I believe. I think it is. 3297, I think, is going to be the frequency for them. And let's go through our descent checklist. Recall is check. Notes, we've gone through those already. We also, because we just briefed up the arrival. Auto brake. 4. Runway 26 right. It's not the longest aircraft in the world. It's not the longest aircraft. I'm sorry. It's not the longest runway in the world. And landing data. Let's look that up real quick. What are the winds again in Atlanta? Winds are 2004, so hardly any wind. 4 knots, that's more of a breeze than anything else. Minimums, let's look at what our minimums need to be. Bring it up on the tablet here. The minimums need to be see if I can show you. Unfortunately, the Microsoft tablet is unable to be moved. Oh, wait a minute. I can move it. Sorry about that. How about that right there? Is that going to work out for you? Should I put it over here? I'll be able to tell it here in just a second. Let's move it. I can see it. Where's a good place to put it here? Right about there. Can everybody see it now? I'm not used to showing everybody. There we go. I think I got it in the frame right now. Yeah, there we go. Everybody can see that. Let's bring up Atlanta. We'll look at the arrival. We are going to be approaching the KTRYN transition here. Well, for some reason, the depiction of the aircraft on the tablet there is not linking up with where we are, and according to PMDG's FMC and the navigation display, which is unfortunate. And the aircraft began descending because that is bizarre. We should have begun descending a while back. Very bizarre. are we now? Are we approaching Melee or Annabelle? Is it? We got a ways to go. The aircraft was making a decision, and why it didn't level off at 39, I don't know. Everybody's set up for 390. That is bizarre. Not supposed to do that. We were level at 3 at 390, and yeah. 9 more miles to go. Let's get back up to where we need to be. Yeah, that's just really strange. Why it did that, I don't know. And there's the there's ATC wanting to talk to us. Let's do this. Let's go up to 500 feet a minute. Make that 1,000 a minute. Atlanta Center, UPS 160 Heavy is with you, flight level 350.
UPS 116, Atlanta Center, descend and maintain flight level 340.
To maintain flight level 340, UPS 160 Heavy. Alright.
54, profile, yes, maintain 1 speed down, sorry, 1 speed down, and 253.
That worked out. That worked out really well.
So 2686, Atlanta Center, climb maintain flight level 390. So 2686, maintain flight level 330. Delta 9966, back to north. 330.
Descent checklist complete. The altimeter 2987.
Double 55, contact approach 133.47. American 990, FedEx 1 maintain flight level 340, delay station 6.
On maintain flight level 240 and delete speaker switch. On full power, American Flight.
Got that 1747 issues offline straight to the free. Atlanta said Delta 6070. Go ahead. Hey, I'm looking into abbreviate the Flightplan to heading to 200 for about 160 miles and going direct Islay. Is that about right? American 166 BDS. Left at that point, stay on that. Okay, 756, sending my maintain flight level great yard. Woke up 5058, I have a radar for you right there in a second.
Beautiful view.
I woke up 5058, clear presence, direct India, Delta, Alpha, wait. Sorry, India, Delta, Alpha. EU64, Tango, Yankee, India, Oscar, Romeo, Foxtrot, Sierra, Alpha, Echo, Delta, EU97, Bravo, Sierra, Echo, Romeo, Alpha, Delta, Sierra, India, Echo, and then the camera side right. I'll set it to check.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Let's do 16, 97, center, I maintain flight level 390. Get 116 cross Andre at maintain 1 3 down.
Cross boundary at 13,000, 250 on the speed, and copy 297. UPS 161.
Delta 467 on the coming climb maintained by level 37 here. Delta 167, your deviation on 5 and exactly the flying frequency carrying through. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, what was it you did get? I'm sorry, the second half of that rating is correct. It's the old reading. I'm going to send you my apologies. About a 3037, that's heading green figure. And then maintain on 75. Southwest 1061, contact 1613372. Southwest 1061, contact 1613372. About a 755, maintain line 1.7. About a 2886, maintain on 77. What's that? Perfect, thank you. Got a 302, turn left, heading 270. What was it? 58, full on 126.87, thanks for the help there. Got a 6 testing climb maintain flight level 300. United 302, message close frequency 3. United 302, message close frequency 3. Advisor. Out of 13, 08, Atlanta, correct. Today, currently, next flight will be 370. Out of 302, turn left, heading to, negative 210. Right, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11. American 990. What waypoint are you currently directed to?
Your big card.
What is your current direct? What waypoint is direct?
Winding.
Okay, American 990 cross odds, gasoline train 12000 Atlanta, 2986.
What waypoint you take off at?
Oz, O-Z-Z, or O-Z-Z-I.
Cross Aussie at 12000 Atlanta, Temperature, UC altimeter.
12,260. Stand by. Got a 302, turn left, correct item. American 990, Oz at 12 down, 250 knots, altimeter 2986.
12,000 at 250 knots, altimeter 2986.
Got a 302, maintain on 79.
Very quickly, the reason we're coming in as slow as we are is
Southwest 1538, contact Washington 133.72. Actually, sorry, but it's 1538 correct, 126.87. 126.87 for a couple. Got a 302, contact Washington 126.87.
talk about it later.
Correct, 1226 net flight plan. Thanks, second and a half. FedEx 1226, clear to Memphis as filed. Maintain and down. Expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. 45744. That's correct, full set. Delta 7, give us 5, maintain 1.79.
Altimeter changed a little bit.
So now you're doing double 5 translators and comments 9,000 for 14,000.
Delta 5, 23, and I'm level 35,
17350, Delta 5 translators.
EBS 116, contact minute correct 133.647.
3347, EPS 160.
Delta 1202, contact 133.76.
Atlanta approach, GPS 160 heavy is with you, passing 17,000 for 13,000.
UPS 116 heavy and correctly, and I'll come to 298, picks up the ILS 6 right.
296 on the altimeter, and we'll be shooting for the ILS 926 right, UPS 160 heavy.
South 65 heavy, wind 2005 knots runway 7131. South 9761, and a departure order contract maintain on 4,000. Southwest 399, runway 27 right, line of relation moving up. Southwest 236, contract center on 3297. 13297, FedEx 214, hold 12 months traffic. Southwest 399, NLS 2005, football 927 right for takeoff. Delta 9761, contact 73297.
Oh, good job.
1354, thanks to the Bravo Victor and Hold Short Echo, contact ground point 9.
Good job as Atlantic, and we did see.
UPS 116 heavy, fly of 190 to maintain 6,000.
190 down to 6,000, UPS 160 heavy.
Jet 223, cross runway
Friday Alpha, hold short, 67 Bravo, that's it.
Southwest 399, and departure with a contact on maintain on 4000. FedEx 214, crossing 27 right at Romeo, hold short 27 left at Romeo, hold short 27 right at November 13. Over to 725, follow us FedEx, craft 27 left at Alpha 47 right at November 13. Yeah. Delta 55 heavy, where you parking stand?
55 heavy, we're going to be fucking some days.
Disable
Roger,
3.
make a right turn on November, hold short of Delta.
Right, November, hold short Delta, November 55 heavy.
FedEx 214, crossing 27 right at November 13, and make a right on Mike short of Mike 20. Over to 2725, heavy crossing 27 right at November 13, and then follow FedEx hold short of Mike 20.
American 990 descending to flight level 180.
American 990, it went approach 290 and 20 hours.
Land on the island, 26 right.
UPS 116 heading 200 for
200 UPS 160.
Jet 223 is going to be another 2 or 3 minutes before I get down. FedEx 214, pull up and hold short of the mouth. Jet 223, American 990 reducing to 250.
Two speed to 250, American 990.
American 990, descend via the 26 right transition.
Then via the 26 right transition, American 990.
UPS 116 heavy flighting 210.
I think 210 UPS 160 heavy.
FedEx 214 runway 27 right, line 1. Southwest 399.
You gotta wonder if he's watching this, because he just gave us a direct heading to
UPS 116 heavy, good work to Haynes.
direct Haynes UPS 160 heavy.
Delta 55 heavy crossing, runway 27 right at Delta, and contact ground point 9.
Cross 27 right at Delta, cross point 9 on the other side of the 55 heavy.
FedEx 214, traffic will cross downfield and kick out. Jet 223, Atlanta departure, your radar contract on maintain on 4000.
4,000, clear.
UPS 116 Heavy, it's going to maintain 5,000.
It's maintain 5,000 UPS 160 heavy.
American 990, we're going to keep 210.
Reduce speed to 210, American 990.
UPS 116 Heavy, 210 about it.
We'll give you 210 UPS 160 heavy.
210 knots or better. 210 knots or better.
All right, we'll give you 230 UPS 160 heavy. I said 210.
214, you're going to win 2005 knots on a football match. 7 right, quick takeoff. Volvo Express 725 Heavy, it's going to be about 5 minutes. I'll get it going. Volvo Express 725 Heavy, plans from the 27 rank line up and wait for Lima Charlie. Just 223, contact 713 297.
3297, good night.
UPS 116 Heavy, crossings that are about $5,000 credit approach.
Crossings 5,000 clear for the Isles approach, runway 26 right, UPS 160 heavy. Okay, we're gonna go 210 on speed. So we gotta slow this thing up. Oh, lamps. Oh no, please. Just a minute. There's the rain right ahead of us. Right there, like a curtain of rain. Left one.
UPS 116 Heavy, maintain 210 so hangs on 180 knots.
210 Ames, and then we'll back it down to 180. UPS 160 heavy. Yep. See, we're really big, so we gotta go fast. Rain time. Which arm?
With 700 Sierra Bravo, ready for takeoff at runway 26 left.
FedEx 214, contact 73295. Order truck 725, heavy, climbing 1014,000. American 990, direct payment.
And 180.
Whiskey 700 Sierra Bravo, 200,
Payment takeoff for runway 265.
Flaps 5
Sierra Bravo, back around
and
RNL
15.
for Whiskey Sierra Bravo.
American 990 across Haynes, Center of 5,000, cleared on 26 right approach.
Cross Haynes, 5,000, cleared island, 26 right approach, American 990.
Global Express 25 minutes, 297. American 990, Houston, still Haynes, 180 knots, go ahead.
American 990, I didn't get that.
American 990, 210 knots to Haynes at 180 knots.
210 knots at Haynes and 180 knots.
UPS, 16M, 2205,
Right, this is right. Riverland, runway UBS 160 minutes. Alright, now we can really slow it up. Go down. It's 20. Armed. Awesome flight. Thank you. $141. Just a bit.
2,500.
Lear Sierra Bravo, radar contact, 14000.
1714,000, Sierra Bravo.
Oh, flaps 30, please.
American 990, 200, 5 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land.
First land runway 26 right, American 990.
American 990, you look like you've gone through everything. Cancel your landing clearance, right turn heading 300.
Sorry, I was trying to find the a holding pattern for some reason. It's going to bamboo now.
Hmm.
American 990, 300 heading, so maintain 3,000.
Center maintain 3,000, did you say flight heading 300?
Do you say you're going to Bamboo now?
Yeah, this plane's all messed up. It's going to Bamboo though.
500.
Okay, American 990, approach Bamboo at or above 3,000, cleared out.
400. 300.
At or above 3,000, cleared out.
Approaching minimums.
Wait, no, now I'm going to
200.
it's going to AJ.
Minimums.
Looking good.
American 990,
100. 50.
Out of the field inside American 990.
30. 20. 10.
Wait, 26 right, clear to land American 990.
Oh, wow. Yeah, massive mistake. Autopilot malfunction. Big time.
UPS 16 having to make a right turn when able, contact ground 29.
Right turn angle and over the ground, you guys want to see anything.
And go all the way down to the end of the runway and make a right.
All the way down the end and to the right. 160 heavy. That was very bizarre.
So 1097 runway 27 right line.
Center line is not center line.
American 990, I'm just going to visual this.
Yeah, you're clear for the visual, you're clear to land. Make sure you land on 26 right zone.
Yeah, now this plane's a piece of shit.
Walker 4842, Atlanta approach the altimeter 2986, expect the island and make 26 right. 2986, expect island 26 right. Zero Sierra Bravo, contact Atlanta Center, 132
Contacting, contacting, wait, what was it, say that again, please?
Contact the center, 132 Manchester.
132907 for the Sierra Bravo.
Radar's off. And go to 120.
1097, wind 2005 knot, on football, 7 right foot football. Delta 1295, runway 27 right line.
27 right, left and wait, Delta 1295.
Okay, 129.
Walker 4842, they maintain 12,000. 12,000.
UPS 116 heavy Atlanta ground.
Atlanta ground, you fit 160. That way, just make it the runway. Wait till I see to the northeast cargo ramp. Taxi North Cargo via Alpha, thank you. UPS 160 heavy.
That's 757. Once you join Echo, you can monitor departure 133.47. Have a good flight. Okay, monitor departure 133.47.
Strobe off. Many lights.
American 2403, clearance available if I ready copy. Ready copy, sir, American 2403. American 2403, you're cleared to the Dallas Fort Worth International Airport via the KT2 departure Stingus transition.
Climb maintain 10,000, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.47, squawk 2267.
Start over for its worth, Cajun to departure, seeing a transition. Climb 10,000, expect 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.47, squawking 2267.
American 2403, read back is correct. Ramp is uncontrolled, push and chart to your discretion. Call when ready for taxi, expect runway 26 left for departure.
Push and start our discretion, we'll call for taxi and expect 26 left, American 2403, thank you very much.
Well, welcome to Atlanta. I do not know what was going on with the airplane. The Autoland was not bringing us in on the center line, even though I thought it was. It obviously wasn't, so I made a last minute call. We were already below minimum, so therefore you have no choice but to land, to do your best and land, because that's what minimums are all about, especially when they're 170 off the deck. So that is what was happening there. Don't know why. I will definitely be submitting a support ticket to PMDG about that, and they'll be able to watch this video and explain to me what happened, why it was showing it was on flare and rollout, yet we were looking at the grass between 26 right and 26 left, so it'll be very interesting to see what they come back with. Taxi right over here. Looking for Alpha 11. If it syncs up, something tells me that this map doesn't sync with the sim. And for some odd reason, the nose of the aircraft is all over the place. Do not know why. Just wants to go back and forth. We're turn off up here. Very good. Alright, everybody. Feel free to continue watching. We're simply going to take right over here to the ramp. Cargo stand right over here. Shut down and call it an evening. Apologies for the approach, the final approach, but that was not pilot error, that was equipment failure right there. Plain and simple. There we go.
2380 Atlanta ground, good evening, thank you. Runway 27 right, taxi via Lima 5, Mike, hold short, taxiway Mike 20.
Okay, looking good. Engine 2 and 1 cut off. Hey, traffic off. FPP off. Flight directors. There we go. Let's hop over to a very different frequency, one that nobody's on. See here, TCAT transponder standby off. And the demand pumps come off. And the fuel pumps off. Beacon off. We'll leave those 3 remaining, and we'll get the ground going. Vehicles off. Supposed to work that way, I thought. No. There we go, alright. Alright, let's go through everything here. Hydraulics, they do need to remain on for the main door to open. Oh, there we go. And tell you what, let's go through everything else. Hydraulics are no longer required, so we go off. Primary and secondary is on. APU is coming in the opposition. That all is good. I know emergency lights are going to go the opposition. And parking brake is off. And secured ADIRU off. We already got the emergency check light. The emergency light armed off. Oh, I see. Gotta turn that, guys. TKS off. Packs coming off. Packs off. Everybody else is, excuse me, everything else is good where it is. Seatbelts obviously off. Main lights off. Nav and logo lights, we'll leave those on. And that is the very end of the very last checklist. Aircraft is secure. Let's hop outside real quick. Check out what the ramp agents are doing. Can't walk down the steps yet, but maybe they'll do that in the future. Alright, well there's our big GE90s. As I said earlier, mass and thrust per engine, that was the one question I got, and that is just over 110,000 pounds thrust for just one engine. Let's walk this way a little bit. A little rainy, although I don't see any rain going on right now. Somebody's coming in on a citation. Citation. Here's APU, should be no longer running by this time. Just taking one last look at the aircraft before we call it an evening here. Checking things out. Everybody looks good. Yeah, like I said, the Autoland, it wanted to do an Autoland, but not on the runway. That was very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Alright. Well, that was a very, very uneventful flight. The Autoland failure, I don't know what that was all about. Luckily, the visibility was such that I could see it. I could see the runway. If it would have been like a KTRYN, that would have been a bad outcome. Like I said, I'll be sending PMDG a little tech support, a little note. Anyway, that is that, and thank you for watching. Hopefully more people will watch a replay of this. And as always, be safe. Yeah, fly safe. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Hopefully it was fun to one extent or another. So fly safe, and frequency changes approved. Have a good evening.